President Salva Kiir Mayardit has urged government officials to work as one team as the country moves closer to elections. The president made the remarks on Friday during the swearing-in ceremony of newly appointed cabinet ministers representing Splm-Io at the State House.
When we come to work in the office, we are all one government. I want to alert you, all those who are newly appointed, let us work together. We are left with about 11 months so that we go for elections. Al-Bayji, ahlan wa sahlan. Al-Mabayji, ahlan wa sahlan bardu.
The interim chairman of Splm-Io, Stephen Parkwall, welcomed the appointment of the new ministers, reaffirming his party's commitment to working together with government institutions to promote peace, stability, and national unity.
You have demonstrated your commitment for us to close Chapter 1 of the agreement for all of us to be in the government so that we implement whatever is left of the RRCs. I must again reiterate that the government of national unity must work together, and the parties in the government must work in this government of national unity to unite our people and continue to commit to the peace process with you.
Welcome to Jimosi podcast. So on Wednesday, President Kiir fired and hired new ministers. So he fired 4 people and hired 4 people. Okay. But later on, it turned out that the people that were fired, the ministers, were from the Splm-Io, allegedly those that are loyal to Riek Machar. And the 4 that were hired
to replace the fired ministers.
To replace the fired one are said to be from the same Splm-Io, but now they are loyal to somebody else. Okay. They are loyal to Stephen Parr,
who's the current interim chairperson, right? Okay.
And they were the last ministers before new presidential orders came out about announcing ministerial changes and other appointment through the SSBC. And because that the same day, there were some undersecretaries that were fired and appointed, but these were not read on SSBC.
Okay.
People in the morning started saying, "Oh, President did this President did this last night. It was not announced, but they got letters at the office, so they still publicize it." But can you please read for us the names of the people that were fired and then the names of the people that were hired?
Okay, and before we continue, so for someone who's wondering what Jimosi is talking about, it's that the president used to fire and appoint new ministers, new different people, right? And those names had to be read on SSBC, which is a state-owned broadcasting
television.
Yeah, but this week there have been changes to how those things would be done, the protocols, and that is a video on its own. We are going to do it separately. So now to go back to our current video, the names of those who were relieved or the individuals that were fired are Lasuba Dodoro Wango. That's a Minister of Federal Affairs. And then there's Martin Gama Abucha, Minister of Mining. Peter Marcelo Nasser, Minister of Energy and Dams. And then there's Aya Benjamin Warile, Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare. And then the new appointments, we have Pur Solomon Gok as the Minister of Federal Affairs. There's Lasuba Lodoro Wango, Minister of Mining. So he was removed from Federal Affairs to Mining. Okay, and then there's Agok Makur Kur, Minister of Energy. And then there's Nuna Ruto Endefu, Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare. So one of those who were fired was lucky enough to be fired and reappointed
rehired,
into
yeah.
a different position.
Yeah, maybe they, like when you look at the ministries, sometimes they say some ministries are better than others.
Interconnected. Oh, okay.
So yeah, so you just have to move somebody. This guy, we're going to move him from here and give this space to somebody else and either upgrade them or
demote them
we
a little.
demote them to another position. So it all depends how that ministry.
But ministry is ministry, man.
It doesn't matter, eh? You still drive the government vehicles.
But Ministry of Mining, Petroleum Sana, Finance, those ones are hot cake, and Nile Page boards.
That's what people used to look for. I'm actually happy that a kind of announcement have been reduced. But the thing is, when I first saw the list, I did not know that these guys were from Splm-Io or from SPLM.
Yeah.
So when I look at the three lists, I saw that 3 people appointed seems to be Equatorian's name.
Oh, yeah.
And then 1 Dinka. And I actually wanted to go ahead and do a video on how president has become fair after the new year, only to realize that after a few minutes, these are SPLM-IO members being moved around. And what actually happened today, they were sworn in, and when they were sworn in, they pay their allegiance to the president and their commitment to do what is needed of them in those ministries. So we're going to listen to them being sworn in.
Okay.
In a strong message underscoring peace, development and good governance, President Salva Kiir has urged government officials to work as one team as the country moves closer to elections. The president made the remarks on Friday during the swearing-in ceremony of newly appointed cabinet ministers representing SPLM-IO at the State House.
When we come to work in the office, we are all one government. I want to alert you, all those who are newly appointed, let us work together. We are left with about 11 months so that we go for elections. Al-Bayyi, ahlan wa sahlan. Al-Mabayyi, ahlan wa sahlan, bardo.
The interim chairman of SPLM-IO, Stephen Parkwall, welcomed the appointment of the new ministers, reaffirming his party's commitment to working together with government institutions to promote peace, stability and national unity.
You have demonstrated your commitment for us to close Chapter 1 of the agreement, for all of us to be in the government, so that we implement whatever is left of the RRCs. I must again reiterate that the government of national unity must work together, and the parties in the government must work in this government of national unity to unite our people and continue to commit to the peace process with you.
The Minister of Mining, Lasuba Loduru Wongo, expressed appreciation to the President for the trust placed in him, pledging to prioritize coordinated efforts and increase investment in the mining sector to boost economic growth and national development.
The mining sector holds greater potential for economic growth, creating jobs and national development. I pledge to work diligently to ensure it benefits all South Sudanese people. I look forward to working closely with my colleagues who are ministers and in all the institutions to promote our responsibility and sustainable mining that will be for peace, unity and prosperity of these people.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Energy and Dams, Agok Makurkur, reiterated his unwavering commitment to full implementation of peace agreement, underscoring critical role of the energy sector in supporting development and stability.
I would like also to reaffirm our commitment as SPLM-IO to implement peace agreement with you. And also I need to say, with your directive and guidance, we will put our hand together with you and with our colleague in cabinet to fulfill our duties as the Ministry of Energy and Dams.
On her part, the Minister of Gender and Social Welfare, Nunu Rodraf Bidivu pledged to strengthen the ministry's mandate by addressing the issues of gender equality, social protection, and welfare of vulnerable groups across the country.
As a Minister for Gender, the vulnerable people that are really suffering in South Sudan are women, children. So I'm here to stand with your government so that we work and bring peace to our nation. So through your help from your office, we will do the best.
The newly sworn-in officials collectively reaffirmed their commitment to restoring peace, strengthening governance, and advancing stability in South Sudan. Please come.
All right, so that was the swearing-in ceremony, and a lot of things were said there, which is going to bring us to this question that I have for you.
Okay.
What do you think is the main reason why these 4 ministers were replaced by President Kiir or were fired by President Kiir?
Okay, the reason why these individuals were fired or replaced by Kiir. If you look at the part where Stephen Parr is talking, he's kind of in line with what the government is doing. So he's not as aggressive as the other side. Yeah, and that's why you find that he said that they are currently working with the government and this is one step ahead in the implementation of the R-axis as we head towards holding elections and stuff. And that's something that President Kiir also touched on during this swearing-in ceremony.
Yeah.
So I feel like these individuals were replaced with people that are kind of pro-government from the other side or from the opposition side, so as to make it kind of to enable a smooth running of affairs as we gear towards the elections time. Yeah.
As for me, the main reason why President Kiir replaced them, sometimes we mistake that as much as President Kiir is the appointing authority, the suggestion on who to be fired and who to be hired is always the work of the lobbyist.
Yes.
So somebody lobby brought forward the names and suggest the name of the people that need to go. And they gave their own reason. And those reasons seem justified to the person that made decision, which is President Kiir at this moment. So I think the reason why, or some of the reasons that were given for President Kiir to replace these individuals is due to the recent fighting that began toward the end of 2025 and the early 2026. They were fighting. So in those cases, there are some people that were listening to the opinion of these individuals, how they express themselves regarding those kind of fights. What is their takes on? And what their takes on is going to relate again with the position in which they tend to rely on. Is it on Machar or on Stephen Parr? And people have already said that these 4 individuals, they were loyal to Machar. And the message of the Splm-Io from December 24 all the way to the early January before the fire started extinguishing, it was like we are going to Juba to take that power. And for that reason, maybe they were like, okay, this is the only time that maybe Machar freedom is nearing. And maybe they were supporting it here and there, either when they're making phone call or when people are having regular discussion, and they didn't know that people were listening to them. And those people that listen to them went and said, oh, these people are supporting the fight. So you need to get them out. They can't be eating in the same government while supporting violence.
Yeah.
So I think that's how their names got suggested, because they're still loyal to the group that is in the process of fighting.
Yeah.
So, but President Kiir made the appointment and firing, but the people that actually lobbied them out is from the party.
Okay.
That's how I leave it. And then
it's actually very possible that they could have been lobbied out or in by the by the current interim chairperson of Splm-Io, which is Stephen Parr. Yeah, like if they are causing him headache, then he would rather work with people that are loyal to him, those that would not be backstabbing his movement or delaying his progress. Yeah.
And what do you think of this idea where the names were brought to President Kiir that we need these people out and we need these people in? And it was later determined that the people that were needed out were those that were loyal to Machar, and those brought in are those that align with Stephen Parr. What do you think of that, of President taking that action and doing it? Is it in his best interest to do what the other party is saying, or it has nothing to do with him? He's just doing what is being told by the other parties.
So there's two ways to look at it. One, that he could just be doing what he's being told by the other party, right? Because they are the ones who know themselves. If they are comfortable with these people leading those ministries, then well and good. After all, those positions were allocated to them. So he can just go with that. And then the other way of looking at it is that this could be in his best interest. Because if you're working with people who are more cooperative, then it makes your work easier. There's less stress, no like moving up and down, micromanagement and all that. You'll not need to do all those extras to make sure that people do what they are supposed to do. Yeah. Instead, everyone would just fall in line and do things
What
as
is
per the
expected of them.
expectations. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I will say sometimes President Kiir seems not to care. Either people within the government are not doing what is expected of them or they're doing, it doesn't really care that much. Because if it was as per the lobbyists, or if it was President Kiir's decision to get these guys out because they are loyal to the other side, then he would have done it around the Christmas period. Because the first fight that happened at Wat and came to UI and that kind of thing started around December 23rd and 24th, all through that period. If he was upset about the kind of activities, he would have stepped in right away and say all these groups that are loyal to this other person, kick them out. He would have not waited until now. So it's just like acting. If this group or this party say, we don't want these people, these are the people that we want, it's just appointing authority. And if it's agree with them, you just put the signature, get the guys out.
But okay, continue.
And it doesn't matter at the end of the day, right? Because South Sudan needs to test this government. So if these guys have
When
already,
is your turn?
it will come. So if these guys have already enjoyed the government for the last 6 months, then it's good time that other people from the SPLM-I also enjoy the government. Yeah, let them enjoy their positions. And if the rotation can go on until it reach all of us, then let it be.
Who are we to refuse?
It's crazy, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, actually, one thing that I came to realize while doing my research is that Aya Benjamin Warile has been in that position since 2020. Imagine, as the Minister for Gender, Child and Social Welfare. Yes, and then according to Google, there's a lot of positive stuff, including on social media when people kind of broke the news of who was fired, who was replaced, and who was the replacing person. A lot of people said that during her time, she really tried a lot to act on so many issues surrounding gender-based violence, things to do with child marriages and those things.
Why was that they admitted? It was out of her reach.
Yes, she was away. That thing, like with South Sudanese, there's a way we try to be a civilized society, but at the same time, people still want to maintain their traditions. So sometimes there are some cases that are technically supposed to be handled by the government. And especially the judiciary, because most of these cases are kind of borderline human rights violations. But then, because people say, oh, this is a family issue, let's solve it at communal level, clan level, and all that, then it makes it very hard for some people, or like for a lot of these cases, to be properly handled.
If you are a minister, you can stand your ground based on the
Yeah.
laws that the way that it was reached, this is a government responsibility.
Yes.
Kick everybody out. You
And
just
that's
have
what
to
they
follow
did
the
last
law.
time, right? There was that 16-year-old who was ganged, sexually assaulted by a group of, I think, 7 to 9 guys, some boys, teenagers, and stuff. And one of the individuals, I don't know, I think he's a community leader or something, or he's part of the national police. He came to the girl's family and said, this case is now a government case. It's being handled by the court through the legal framework. So this idea of our people saying that some of these cases will be handled at community level, it's not applicable here. They have to face the consequences of their actions. And that if someone comes to lobby or to say, let's do this at community level, that is something that the family should not even think of considering. Because the law enforcement agencies will not allow that to happen. As someone has to serve as an example.
All right, back to our story.
Yeah, so if these law enforcement agencies were to act like that and do their part, then even these people that say, oh, it can be handled at family level, they will not be doing it. Yeah. But like I brought that in because you mentioned that of Adet and the governor. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this rift that has been happening between Oyet, Nathaniel, and Stephen Parr. After the arrest of Machar, the group that is now with Stephen Parr say that we need a leader in the meantime as we wait for Machar case to continue.
Yeah.
Oyet said no. We are not supposed to elect anyone. I don't know whether they're going to fight for him to come out or just to wait for the meantime. And then there was some disagreement between the two. As people say Oyet is not in South Sudan, he has left, but is the one that always put his thumb as the interim chairman for the Splm-Io whenever these fights are happening or any communication about fight, always put his thumb. Stephen Parr, I've not seen any document that has come out with this thumb. It's only when it comes to this position and such kind of things, people always say it is the person behind them.
Yeah.
Or when people are meeting to make some changes to the 2018
Especially
peace
with
agreement
the government.
and such kind of thing, they will say the person that was present was Stephen Parr. And now I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
And then you also have to remember that in 1962,
I can't remember because I wasn't there.
I'm giving you the backstory of you to remember.
Okay.
And the difference between you and I is because I read books.
And you don't.
Yes, and you don't. You just sit there. All right. So in 1962, the first president of Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta, was detained in Kapenguria, Kapenguria 6, with other people. 1963, the British were leaving.
That's when Kenya gained independence.
That's when Kenya was going to gain independence. So
Yes.
wait.
Okay.
British were leaving. And then they told Jaramogi Oginga, the father to the late
Raila
Amolo Odinga, that we are now leaving, take the leadership. He said, no, I will not take leadership until Kenyatta is out.
Yes.
And when Kenyatta came out,
It was offered the same.
yes, took the presidency and Jaramogi became the vice president. Few years into that, they fell out. And then after some time, Jaramogi had to go his own way, and even to the point of
becoming
forming
the opposition now.
his own party.
Yeah.
Now, coming back to South Sudan, now that you have got the background.
It's not that now that I've got the background, I did history and government.
But you didn't know how to connect the two, so now listen to me.
No.
Now listen to me. In 2015, the first peace agreement in South Sudan happened to have been signed, and people started coming in. Riek Machar came in, Taban came in, everybody else came in. But then in 2016, the fight happened again at J1.
Yes.
And then Riek Machar left. Taban remained.
Yeah.
When Riek left, Taban issued a public statement, I think, saying that is urging Brother Riek to come back so that we can work on our differences. We don't have to be fighting each and every time.
Which is true.
And Riek said no. Riek left and left and left. Taban was given the position of Machar.
Yes,
at
first
that
vice
point.
president.
Yes. And they held it until, so some fights started coming again, and we have to work on another peace agreement.
Yeah.
We have to revive that peace agreement again.
And that's why it's revitalized.
Yes. And at that point, because Taban was a loyal and he remained with the government, or as an opposition that had remained with the government was not just going to throw him out just because another person is coming in as a different party. They gave him something. And that Wise has been a vice president since 2016. How many years are those? 9 good years. 9
Almost
years.
10 years now.
Yes. Okay, we're 2026, so in a few months it will be 10 years. 10 years of being a vice president. Good life. Now, coming back,
when they are not paid their salaries, that only affects them.
That's for the teachers and the soldiers and the police.
Okay.
Traffic people are okay.
Yeah,
they collect
their salary themselves.
Yeah. So now coming back to Oyet, Nathaniel, and Stephen Parr, who is likely to benefit out of this rift between the two of them, Oyet, Nathaniel, and Stephen Parr, in the long run?
Okay. So before I answer that, a while back you had said something about what would President Kiir have gained by replacing them now, like these individuals that were fired, the ministers, instead of firing them when Riek Machar was detained and when all that commotion was happening.
No,
because
not
they were loyal to him.
In December, a few days ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then, so like, technically, it's not like he was going to gain anything because he didn't even replace them with people from his own party or other parties like he's been doing, right? So in this case, maybe we can just give it as a bonus to Stephen Parr for cooperating, so he has to be appeased. And then this kind of ties into what you just asked, like who is more likely to benefit in the scuffle between Stephen Parr and Oyet. The person that's more likely to benefit, like if they continue the way they are doing, then in my opinion, I think it's going to be Stephen Parr because he's not being stubborn, in quotes, to the government. So the government is more likely to do things or to collaborate with him as opposed to Oyet, because this person is cooperating, so there's not a lot of work that's required to maintain that relationship with Stephen Parr. And then like the scenario you just gave of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga and Jomo Kenyatta, the father to Uhuru Kenyatta, when he took over the leadership, you see, like people say, power is addictive. When you taste it, you don't want to let it go. And that, I believe, is the reason why those individuals, Kenyatta and Jaramogi, fell out after some point, because that thing is still being mentioned up to now by the Luo Nyanza people, because they feel like their son had the opportunity to be the first president of Kenya. But because he was not selfish or self-centered, he wanted the British to release his colleagues or fellow liberators so that they are not left in detention. But again, like, you can ask yourself, so if you already take over the leadership and form the government, don't you have the capacity to release your people who are prisoners of political prisoners that were sent to prison due to political reasons?
The
Because
mindset of
technically,
1961 and 62 is going to be different.
technically the British have left.
No, he's in his head. He
Yeah.
thought that these British will go with these prisoners,
Okay.
or they will still, like, if he's
Persecute
going
them.
to release them, then it will be on bad book with the
With the British.
So he wanted British to release them so that it doesn't end up in the mix.
Okay, so they don't have their shoulders. But then that ended up costing him.
Yes.
So I believe in this case also, the same would happen to Oyet. He's more likely to lose out on some of the opportunities that he and forces that are loyal to him are going to face.
Yeah.
Because if one part of your group, because they are all Splm-Io, I don't know if there's IO in opposition and then IO in government, then it's just messing up the entire thing. They just need to sit down as brothers or as a political party and see the way forward. Personally, I'm not pro-government, neither am I pro-opposition. All I need is a better South Sudan for
A
everyone.
neutral person.
So if I were them, the best thing to do would just be work together and see how to implement some of these things that are indicated in the agreement, those that are able to implement. And I don't really understand why the other part doesn't want to kind of cooperate with the government or with their fellow IOs. Because at the end of the day, it's not like whatever they do would release Riek Machar. It's been almost 1 year now since he got arrested. And none of their statements, the infights, the fights that happen in different states, nothing has worked in securing a release for Dr. Riek Machar. And I don't think that would happen until they finish up with this court case. So the best thing to do would have been to just cooperate and we go for elections and see who's going to be the lucky winner. Yeah.
As for me, I will still maintain that Oyet is going to lose out.
Yes.
But can I blame Oyet? I will say no, I will not blame him.
Okay.
To him, he thought that Riek Machar being the first vice president, this thing will not take this long.
Yeah.
So why are we in a hurry to replace him now?
But there's a power vacuum.
Yes, that's
Even
what
when the president leaves the country for 1 week, he
to
doesn't just leave
yeah,
like
so
that.
to him, he thought that they will just do pressure for this guy to be released within 7 days. That was his thinking.
Okay.
And he was also thinking that because we have a fighting group, we're going to have this one solved
Either
as soon
by
as
fire, by
feasible.
force.
Yes, and he did not want to look like a
He's
betrayer.
betraying.
Yeah, a betrayer.
Okay.
So that's why he's saying, no, I cannot agree to this. But if he was to come back to his senses now, now that 9 months have gone, we are now in the 10th month, and the court process has even started, then
You should just go back to the drawing board.
filling that position and just waiting for the outcome of the ruling, and then they move forward. But to them or to him, he never thought that anything like that will ever happen.
But
so he knew that it was something that was going to be fixed and things will move on, and then it will be on the good side with Machar for standing with him in those short period when other people had already jumped the ship and went to the other side. And for Stephen Parr is going to be the main beneficiary in this game.
True.
Because even if Machar is found innocent, released and reinstated back into his position, the government will say this guy was for peace. We don't have to let him get humiliated in between. So let him have something like the way Taban did. And then he will have something to hold on to for the next some time.
He can actually leave the party and join the Splm-Ig. Because how many IO forces and top leadership have left that and went to the IG? Simply, it's also because of these things, right? The benefits that come with joining the other side. Yeah, so like for him, I also feel like he has a better chance of, it's a win-win for him. Either Riek Machar comes back and takes his position or not, he's winning. If this side doesn't want him because he was kind of lenient with the government, then the government would sort him out. Yeah, so either way, it's a win for him. And also coming back to Hoyet, like, the reason why I'm seeming to be very hard on him is the fact that these people did not elect the interim chairperson immediately when Riek Machar was placed under house arrest. It came later on after some time. So it's still possible or reasonable to believe that by the time they elected an interim chairperson, this is something they had seen. And they, as a political party, stand a better chance when they have an interim chairperson as opposed to just having a power vacuum. Because when it comes to decision tables, when people go to meet, then they would not be represented as a party simply because they don't have their chairman. And there's no one like in that leadership position to go and stand in for their chairman until he's released. So that would have made it very easy for the other government, the other parties to be meeting and then do their thing as the peace signatories. But then having Stephen Parr is kind of making things easier on both sides because the opposition are represented as much as they feel like they are not represented. Do you think the government really cares about what Nathaniel Oyet is saying or thinking? I don't think it does because they have like half of the IO that is cooperative. So if you are not cooperative, then you have your other agenda.
Yeah.
And it would be very easy to target you because you are being chaotic and you are causing fights in different parts when people are working towards attaining peace. To me, I feel like this is giving the government like an upper hand because the government has monopoly of force, like you always say. And if they attack you, then they will say you had initiated the attack. Or like they can easily argue that why are we not attacking all the IO forces? Because there are some that are loyal to Stephen Parr and they are not getting touched. And it's you who are still in the bush. So it's kind of like they just needed to have come to a compromise since it's not something that was done the following day to get a replacement for Machar or like someone to stand in his position.
Yeah, if they understood from that point, it would have been better, but they understood it in a different angle. And that was it. But I feel like this guy is going to miss a lot. Because, anyway, politics is still new in our country.
Yes.
And that's why people don't understand that politics is a game of interest. If you see that if you remain here, things might turn out for you, then you just be there. Because the end game, as much as people say, is to make country better or is for position and such kind of things. Let no one lie to you. If it was to make country better, why are you guys not settling in your own villages? Set up a good school for yourself. Set up water supply. Start digging balls in every village. Start looking for medicine to give to, medicine for hospital. And then look for some veterinary medicine for the cows and such kind of things.
Livestock.
From any donation that you will get.
But then, like nobody has those resources, right? Even when you look at individuals and their houses in
Yeah.
your neighborhood, you see this person, this one is close to oil money. And then this other person is just somewhere in their own desert. So it's like that. And if you look at your fingers,
They are never
remember
the
Dr.
same.
Ojo?
Was it called Ojo?
Yes.
The psychologist.
Yes, your fingers are not the same and they can never be the
The
same.
same.
One is short, one is long, the other ones are in between. So it's the same thing.
But the
You
thing
can't
is,
get
yes.
all your resources or you cannot provide everything for yourself. That's why people need government to pool resources together, either be it through taxation,
Well,
minerals.
that's how supposed to be.
Yeah.
The government collect the taxes. The country national resources are consolidated and sold, and then what we get from there, we use for the better good of the everybody.
Yes.
But sometimes we act like South Sudan became a country in 2020. We were given our side to start ruling in 2005. All these guys were sitting at that table, enjoying themselves until 2011. We got independence now. Now the oil proceeds were coming to us, the people in the government. They received those two oil for 2 years before they start fighting,
And they,
2.5. And it's not like during that time now,
they
South
did
Sudan,
a lot of development.
yes, it's not like during that time when everybody was quiet, people are eating. It's not like you could see their bill, electricity, their bill road, their bill pipe water everywhere. They're adding new school. Nothing. These people were doing nothing.
They were eating.
They were just eating. So all these fights, yes, all these fights that you see going around, it's not to fix anything. It's to come back to the table and eat.
Yes.
And even when they come to the table for the last few years that they have sat together, they haven't done anything.
And they have been eating still.
So every time somebody lies to you, they will come and better your life. You better work hard for yourself.
No one is coming to save you.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, that's very true. Like when it comes to politics, even if it's not within your country, but in international relations, how you relate with other countries, the bilateral relations, all those, it's always about individual interest. And then it goes to individual in the sense that everyone wants to benefit their country. Like when it comes to what they put in paper. But then in that benefiting the country, when you get those benefits, they don't trickle down to the economy or to the citizens of the country. The top politicians, tenderpreneurs and all those, they are the ones that actually benefit the most. And then very little will go down to the grassroots level. So it's always about interest. It's not about now this person is coming to save. How many Nuers have Riek Machar'S saved?
Yeah, no one will save
How
anyone
many
in this
Dinkas
world.
has Salva Kiir saved? How many Equatorians have people like Waniga,
Elia.
Martin Elia Moro, Emmanuel Adil? How many of their people have they saved? There's nobody. And then these people, like when you look at them, they're all fat, looking very healthy, living the life that every South Sudanese wishes they could live, but they cannot, simply because we don't have like a proper allocation of resources.
Yeah.
Some of these people, they are dual citizens of very powerful countries. People like Martin Elia, he's a UK proven scientist. He's a citizen of the UK. So that's where he studied and all that. That's something he said during the COVID-19 time. So this means these people, their children are living the life.
Yeah.
They are going to the best schools. When they fall sick, they get the best medical treatment. But you, the regular citizen, some of those services, you can only dream of them because they are very expensive, so way out of your pocket. And the government facilities that are supposed to benefit someone that doesn't have much to their name, are not there.
Yeah.
And it's not because the government doesn't have resources to finance them. It's because there are a few individuals up there who feels like they need to eat that money, or they just loot and use it for their own families.
Yeah.
So it's never about you, it's always about the politicians. And that's why we always say, should anything happen, never let yourself be fooled to fight for these politicians.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's your loss and they are winning. Yeah.
Yes, so that's it for Jimosi podcast. Please let us know what you think of this key development that have been happening.
Yeah.
The kicking out of the last loyalist of Machar and Oyet Nathaniel, and who is likely to benefit in the long run between Oyet Nathaniel and Stephen Parr.
And actually, I have a question. Because from those who are relieved is Lasuba, Lodoro, Wongo. I heard in the news it was called Wongo, not Wango. So I don't know like which is the correct spelling. The former Minister of Federal Affairs. And then he was appointed as the Minister for Mining.
I don't think it's a big problem.
No, that's the same person, right? So my question is, if some of them, like those who are fired, are pro Riek Machar, and the ones replacing them are pro Stephen Parr, then why is this one person in both lists?
That's the assumption of people that the
Okay.
people that were fired are all loyal.
Okay.
And then those that are fired, these are all assumption of people that have been writing articles.
Okay.
But nobody, like personally, I cannot actually go and prove that
That
these
these
guys
are-
are very loyal to Machar.
okay.
I have not that ability.
Okay.
And the people that have been hired now have no ability to prove the same thing.
Okay.
So there might be other reasons why they were fired, but for speculation purposes, we just put
People
it the
ran
way
with
that
it.
we put it.
Okay, and assuming that
Yeah.
the people that were fired are pro Riek Machar and Oyet Nathaniel, and then those who were hired or appointed are pro Stephen Parr. Just forget about this one Lasuba guy. Why would you think they would retain one of the Riek loyalists by assigning him a new government or a new ministerial position?
Yeah, so that will come down to 4 of them were not all
Okay.
loyalists.
Yes.
Maybe 3 of them were the loyalists.
No, assuming even him is part of the loyalist.
Then it might be the position that is being given to him or her is of less value,
Okay.
or I don't know what might be the other reason why the government is keeping this person.
So the other reason would be the government doesn't want to look like they are trying to push one side out of the deal.
Then they should have mixed it with other people of SPLM. High chances people of
No,
the mixing of
SPLM.
XPLM, I'm saying like
IG?
IG, they should have looked for the 2 ministers that they were planning to fire separately and come join with these 4 to make it a total of 6 and then fire people.
Okay.
So that doesn't look like they were targeting these people.
Okay.
It was just like a regular reshuffling.
Okay.
And then they kick all of them out too.
Yeah, that would count. But like the reason why they would retain would probably be so that it doesn't seem like they are throwing away everything that has something to do with Riek Machar, which is why they are retaining one person. As much as 1:3 doesn't really count much. It
Yeah.
would make it less obvious that they are getting rid of the other side of the IO.
Yes, but it can open more questions too.
Yeah.
That how many people were actually loyal to Machar
Yeah.
and how many positions are given to the Splm-Io within the current government. So that we can say so and so that are still remaining are loyal to this and so that have been fired were not loyal to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are running out of time, so we're just going to end it there.
Yeah, and actually the R-axis has different, it has percentages of how these ministerial positions were supposed to be shared
Yeah, it's
among
there,
the parties.
but within the ministers themselves, we have no that knowledge
Yeah,
of knowing
who's
all
loyal
of them
and
and
who's
say
not.
who.
Yeah. You know, this thing of loyalty, it's something that just came up after Machar was arrested. But before that, they were just all IOs.
Yeah.
And then following the power vacuum, that's when some individuals or a part of the political party decided that it was not good for their party to not have a leader, which is why they had to elect some individuals to stand in.
Yeah.
But that was never, it wasn't appealing to the other section, so leading to the breakout.
Yes.
That's politics for you.
All right. So please consider subscribing, share, like, and leave a comment. See you guys in the next video.
Yes, and we are on our road to 4,000.
Yes.
Less than
150.
not even 150, less than 140 something.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for the support.